Hello, this is Matthew Fagan for his final technical presentation for sprints 3, 4, and 5. So, to recap from the previous sprints, I've created a basic inventory system to handle objects picked up by the hero. The inventory system renders and appears on the screen when clicking I. Objects appear in the inventory and render into a position properly within the inventory. And then this was my UML diagram from last time showing all the classes and things I have made so far for the inventory system. Alright. My new problems to handle, now that the inventory was appearing and the items appeared in the inventory, it was time for me to handle mouse clicks, interacting with items in the inventory, having those objects affect the hero when clicked, and adding other objects to the game that we might need. I know we wanted health and mana for our hero, so I concentrated on those two objects. So my child user stories for Sprint 3, as a gamer I want the mouse to register when I have clicked on the screen. As a gamer I want the item to be selected to be removed from the inventory so that the item may be used. As a gamer I want the item removed to affect me in some way so that I can regain health or other benefits. And that shows my inventory system right now. So when I click on it, I want it to disappear. So I made a sequence diagram showing what happens with an item. So a user will click on an item in the inventory. The item will affect the hero in some way, gives health or mana. The item returns to the user as removed from the inventory system, and the hero can pick up more items. So one of the biggest issues I had when approaching this problem was how to handle clicking on an item. So to handle the clicking on the inventory, I created a for loop with two temporary rectangles. Now the first rectangle was just a 1x1 dimension from the spot that the user clicked. So a very small rectangle where the user clicked. The second is located in the for loop, and the loop goes through all the current items located within the inventory system with the dimensions of that item slot. So then I will ask, is the first tiny rectangle located within the second rectangle? If it is, the item is removed and used. This proved to be a pretty effective strategy for what I was looking for. Just create two little rectangles, or create one little rectangle, see if it's within the bigger rectangle. If it is, great. Remove that item from my array of items. So that's how I handled sprint number 3. Okay, so sprint number 4 was a bit of a strange one for me because something happened to my inventory system with everyone else merging their code, and it completely broke. So the first 3 listed there you'll see are from sprint 3. So we just went over that, and so I'm not going to go over them again. So what I did in this sprint was I fixed those 3, and then I created level 3 for the game we are playing. So I'm going to completely ignore the first 3 and just go to level design. So I wanted to add several components to the game that I enjoyed while playing. The first being platformer elements, so dodging objects. And to accomplish this, I used Brandy's spiky enemy because it has a pattern of just moving from side to side. So you just make them invincible and put them in a defined space and with a defined pattern, and it creates basically the hero has to time it out and dodge the enemies. And then next I wanted to trick the player to thinking that they were about to get out of the level and then ambush them with enemies. So I'm going to show you some screenshots here, right here. So here the hero spawns in the bottom left corner, and we have a spiky enemy here, and there's a spiky enemy right down here. You can't quite see it, but they're moving in a rectangle. One's going faster than the other, so the hero has to go and dodge up, left, right, up until he gets to the end, and then get past these guys. And then so once you did get past those guys, the stairs would appear. Now it seems very easy. So the hero would approach the stairs, and the stairs would move to the bottom of the screen, and enemies would appear here, 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 and here that he would have to battle to get out. So that was my design for level 3. Okay, so child user stories for sprint number 5. As a gamer, I wanted a random item of either a health potion or a mana potion to appear where the enemy dies so that I can pick it up. As a game where I want the items to drop at about 50-50 split. As a game where I want the mana potion to refill mana bar so that I can keep using my ranged attack. As a game where I want the mana potion to appear and remove from the inventory properly. So, to accomplish the mana potion, I added my item. But thanks to what I had already implemented with my factory design pattern shown here, I was able to implement the new mana potion fairly simply. I just added a new class that implemented the item class, and then just added a few different characteristics to the item for potion that affected mana rather than health. So it was and then of course found a different visual for it and added that visual. So a fairly simple task thanks to my factory design pattern. And then to handle the random item drops, I modified Brandy's collision handler that removed enemies in the game. When an enemy was removed, that enemy had a chance to leave an item. So, and then where that enemy was removed. So where the enemy died, it drops an item. And from here, I created a random chance, just generated a random number, and then based on the size of that number, it would either spawn a health potion or a mana potion. Alright, and then to wrap up, in conclusion, I created an inventory system that is interactive to the user. The hero can pick up items dropped by the enemies. The hero can open up the inventory screen and show these items. The hero can click on any of these items and they will be used and removed from the inventory screen. Items can be added by creating a new class, inherited items, and adding a new visual. I designed level 3 of the game with classic platformer elements such as dodging enemies and ambushing the hero. I believe I covered everything. Alright, thank you. It has been a fun project.